Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Cloudpunk. This game was developed by Ion Lands and published by Maple Whispering Limited and was originally released on April 23rd of 2020 on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, but has just received a PS5 release as of August 19th of 2022. And with a different publisher. Emerge Games published it for PS5, so this is the PS5 review. Now, what exactly is Cloudpunk? At first you would think it's some sort of weird hybrid of, cyberpunk with clouds. Well, not really. The plot takes place in a futuristic city above the Sea of Clouds called Nivalis, with a huge vertical structures and big buildings. And you play as Rania, an immigrant that has moved there with her robot dog Camus that gets a job at a delivery driver for the delivery service known as Cloudpunk, basically to get enough cash so she can get a new body for her robot canine friend. Now, the cash in this game is known as limbs, and they kind of focus on a lot of weird stuff with I wouldn't say political classes, but definitely with power plays and stuff like that, where there's a bunch of like robots that live on this planet, and like one of the bigger things you can do to get into trouble is actually like clean up the area and plant trees and stuff like that, because it's considered a big violation of people who own property for you to change it, even if it means making it nicer. Now, as for gameplay, all you do is fly around a Blade Runner style multi-section city, and you can find these places to park your vehicle, and you can get out on foot, and it goes to a third-person exploration mode. Now, the camera can be adjusted to where you can go to first person, third person with a close-up or far-away view, and it's kind of odd. Because that's really all the game really is. So you fly around and you deliver packages. That's really it. It's rinse and repeat. Now, the highways in the sections of the city that connect to different sections of the city also act as speed boosts. So you can pretty much raise and lower your vehicle's height with the one right analog stick, while your trigger button on the back is your gas, and X button pretty much makes you land. And you can go around and basically deliver packages and make money. You can stop and buy items from different shops and talk to people for different side quests as well. It does sometimes offer you plot choices when you talk to a character, where you get to choose between two different options, but I've noticed there's no real difference. No matter what you pick, nothing really happens about this. It doesn't make any sort of difference. Now, as you're flying around, you also have to worry about filling up your gas so you don't run out of gas in your hyper hover jet. And you can upgrade your vehicle and also your apartment that you stay at. Now, the game, I will say, I will give some high points to it and then some low points. First of all, the high points is it's rather relaxing playing this game. There's no real threats. Even though you'll find characters that'll threaten you and curse at you, they don't do anything. There's no form of fighting mechanic. There's no guns. There's nothing like that. It is basically talking to people and delivering packages. That's really about it. Honestly, I'll be honest, the game is very shallow on gameplay. It's very rinse and repeat style gameplay. It's relaxing. It's not difficult at all. It basically consists of drive to this location, land, get out, explore the area, find the package, pick up the package, get back in your vehicle, fly to the drop-off point, drop it off, rinse and repeat. That's really about it. The other thing I have to point out about this game, to me, that's kind of odd, this is an indie title, so you got to give it a little bit of leeway. But I have never been a fan of voxels. Voxel art style, the best way to describe it is kind of like Minecraft, where everything looks like it's made out of cubes or Lego bricks. That's basically how this whole game world is built. And most of the robots, I would say it kind of works with, because they're robots, they're supposed to be square. But the main character model, it's just horrendous. It looks terrible. It looks like a 5-year-old made it. And I realize this is a indie title. I understand they don't have a big budget like AAA game studios out there. But I absolutely think they could have done better with the character model of your main character. Because even in the quote cutscenes they have, where you have little faces that'll pop up in the corner of the screen and they'll be talking to you like, oh, watch out, it's busy down there. It's a maze, not exactly the rich part of town, a kind of place where you wipe your feet on the way out. Okay. Rania looks better in that than she does in the actual game. And as per her personality, I would say the voice acting in this isn't bad, but there doesn't seem to be really any sort of personality, especially with the main character. I found her robot dog actually kind of had more personality, and I don't think he was supposed to, because you end up like implanting him as your AI in your vehicle while you're getting a new body for him, and so he becomes basically your navigator and stuff like that, your automaton or whatever they call it. Honestly, it's a different game. It's relaxing. It's definitely not difficult. I haven't noticed any time when I'm delivering a package that there seems to be a time frame. You can literally just fly around the whole city, bumping into anything, doing what you ever want, and nothing seems to happen. You don't get punished for it. There's no time limitations. There's no fighting at all. There's no battles. You'll get people that mouth off to you, but none of them do anything. And like I said, the plot is as bare bones as it can get. It ranks up there. The plot ranks up there with the gameplay. It is literally nothing more than driving around, picking up stuff, landing, dropping off stuff, and doing that over and over again. If that's your sort of thing, your sort of cup of tea, then I could probably say go ahead and check out Cloudpunk. I mean, it is an older game. Fortunately, it don't cost that much. Now, as for overall game length, it's probably give or take about 5 to 8 hours long, but you can probably squeeze 10 or 15 hours out of it if you actually do all the side quests, which once again are just fetch quests. I mean, yes, they add a little bit more to the story, the backstory of what's going on in the Navalis. But in the end, to me, it just really wasn't intriguing and worthwhile. It just didn't seem worth my time. Now, if you pick this up on the PS4 or the Switch or the Xbox, it only costs you about $20. You can probably get it cheaper than that as well. But currently on the PS5, thank God they're not charging $70 for it. They want $35 for the PS5 version. I still think that's too high. I would have been okay if it was maybe 30, okay? Or maybe even $24.99, just a little bit more than the previous versions, because they don't add anything to this. The voxel art style and the graphics, while it looks nice and the lighting is nice, you can tell this is just one of those games that was just upscaled for PS5, made a little bit to where it plays a little smoother and terms of its animation and the lighting effects. But other than that, the main problem I have with is something like this game on a PS5 is just not really worthy. It doesn't really show off stuff with the voxel pixel art style it's built in. It reminds me of like a Blade Runner version of Lego. I mean, really it does, with the control and everything. It don't play bad, but there's just not really hardly any gameplay to this. I mean, honestly, in the end, if you're able to rent it, I can recommend saying rent it. If you want to play a nice, relaxed game where it's easy to get the trophies, yeah, I would definitely say go ahead and pick up Cloudpunk. It's not a $70 game, but it shows that it's not a $70 game. And like I said, you can squeeze about 10 plus hours out of this if you do everything. And if you're someone who's a trophy hunter, I can say if you like laid-back, mellow games and you like trophies, go ahead and pick up Cloudpunk. It's not the worst game out on the market, honestly, but it just doesn't really seem to have any sort of pizzazz that really makes it stand out, other than the fact of the setting being almost like a Blade Runner style city that you travel through. But in the end, that's just my personal opinion on this game. If you played Cloudpunk, let me know in the comments below what you think about this title. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Or is there anything that I left out that I should have talked about? Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.